Yes, yes, yes. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace in my heart. Let there be peace here today, right now in this place. Today is Appreciation Sunday. We're growing together in love and appreciation for one another. And I think that's the best way to let there be peace on earth, is to truly appreciate the gifts that we have coming from each and every one in our lives. Everything else will fall away anyway, but those true gifts of love will remain in our hearts and remain a part of us. And Martin Luther King said, everybody can be great because everybody can serve. Everybody can be great, can impact the lives of those around them because you can serve those around you. You can serve. So when you're serving, you are great. Because you're demonstrating God. You're demonstrating that divine spark within you, the Christ in you. So all you need is a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. So this happens to be the third Sunday in Advent, the season we're celebrating our love for one another. For all those who have chosen the path of selfless service. But most particularly, I would like to appreciate those who have been extending their love and gratitude by giving of their time, talent, and treasure here at Unity on Cape Cod. So we're going to have a little appreciation today. Don't go anywhere, because you might be the one we're appreciating. We don't want to miss you. You don't want to miss your own party. Be late to your own party, right? They said I would be late to my own funeral. I said, yeah, I'm going to miss it altogether. So this is great because I love how Martin Luther King, he correlates the idea of greatness with service. We often think of greatness in terms of accomplishing things, being successful, overcoming things, and winning the competition, beating other people. That's what we think of as greatness, that we're better than others. That's not greatness. Not at all. Greatness is service to others. Greatness is meekness. This is not a greatness that can be measured by the standards of the world. What I'm talking about is a greatness that is a character of spirit. It's not a conquering greatness. It's a greatness of inner peace. It's a greatness of spiritual realization. Truly a greatness of meekness of character. The meek shall inherit the earth, I heard somewhere at one time growing up. And the strength of the meek and the power of those poor in pride, that's the greatness I'm talking about. It's the greatness of the heart. It's that heart full of grace. It's that soul generated by love. And I would add, it is a consciousness filled with Christ. The Christ mind, the unlimited mind, filled with light. Christ meaning that pure light. The unlimited mind that's open to the infinite possibilities afforded us by that soul that is generated by love. Afforded to us by that heart that is full of grace. This is the greatness that I'm talking about, and this comes through service. Those who serve gain a greatness which cannot be, I just said this, right? Measured by the standards of the world. It's not a conquering greatness. It's rather a greatness of character, of inner peace, of spiritual realization. It's the strength of the meek and the power of the poor in pride. The reason I said that, poor in pride, that's actually the Aramaic translation of the Bible verse when Jesus is giving the Sermon on the Mount. It's not poor in spirit, what that means is poor in pride. So poor in the spirit of the ego, poor in the greatness of the conquering greatness. No, it's poor in that. And that gives you the strength and the greatness of spirit. I love to look at different interpretations and correlate them differently, compare them, and see how that ignites the truth in my mind. So I do recommend, if you are reading the Bible and want to see different interpretations of it, take the Aramaic version and look at it in terms of our metaphysical teaching and metaphysical principles. It's fascinating to do that. It's an exercise of the mind because it brings me to something deeper within myself. Poor in pride. Pride is a stumbling block for those that seek spiritual enlightenment. Pride gets in your way. Pride, it tends to want to give credit to the ego for only the things that spirit can accomplish. And when you're poor in pride, you are great because you are saying, no, wait a minute. I'm going to give appreciation. I'm going to give thanks. I'm going to have gratitude for that enduring spirit of love that lives not only in each of us, but is a constant. I look at it as a constant factor in the universe. It's a divine law. It's a constant factor, the spirit of unconditional love. So Paul would say this, let this mind, let this consciousness be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who, finding himself in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God, equal with the source. If I'm created out of love and only love, if that's what God is, then that's what I am. How could I be something else if that's what created me? So, knowing this, he made of himself no reputation. He did not allow himself to be puffed up. But he took upon himself the form of a servant. That's why we think, we feel the greatness in the one we called Yeshua. Because he took his spiritual powers and he served others. He healed the sick and he raised the dead and he fed the hungry and he taught those who were also thirsty for righteousness. He taught those who were of his time how to connect with their own spiritual nature and with God. And so he took on the form of a servant. He didn't take on the form of an idol. He didn't want to be idle. He didn't stick him up on the cross and bow down in idolization to the sacrifice. No, he wanted to prove and show us that all things are possible in us because God lives in us. And so with that in mind, once the discovery is made of our God selves, we have to give it away in order to keep it. The only way to give it away is through love. It's the only way to truly give away that which is within. We have to share it. We have to demonstrate it. There's a famous verse in Corinthians which speaks of this. It's a special kind of love it's speaking about. It's charity. The original interpretation of the scripture wasn't love. The Corinthian scripture, you hear at every wedding. I'm going to read it in a second. But it's not charity. I mean, it's not love, it is charity. It's a specific kind of love. And so I'm going to read it in the modern translation because we are today celebrating love. But when you think of it as love as unconditional giving, a selfless act of giving. Lily and I watched this great movie the other night. It was a cartoon movie, Klaus. Anybody seen Klaus? You got to see that. It's on Netflix. It's an amazing little movie. And in it, the main character says, every selfless act of giving leads to another. And so that was the whole theme of the transformation of this town in which they lived. And I'm not going to give away the story, but I want you to remember that line. Every selfless act of giving generates another. So you don't have to know what the response was to your giving. You know it will generate another act of giving down the line. And so I can give in confidence that my gift will be received and will be passed on. And that's the kind of love that we're talking about in Corinthians. It's a charity which is selfless giving. I'm giving of myself. I'm giving myself away. I don't care to get anything back, because what I really want is another selfless act of love to be given. And that will transform the environment in which I am living. That will transform the entire world that I see, because I am only interested in the giving. The receiving part is going to come naturally. It's going to be evident. It shows up everywhere. We call them miracles. We call them wonderful synchronicities. We call, oh, wow, I can't believe that happened. It's so amazing. The prosperity is pouring into my life, coming in the windows and doors. I'm being flooded with a prosperity that I don't have room enough to hold on to. But really, it starts with giving, and giving of your love. That's the greatest gift. In one of my Bibles, the one I opened up when I went to Corinthians 13, the title of it is The Greatest Gift. The greatest gift. I like that, because now love becomes something more like a verb, something I'm doing. I'm giving. I'm moving in love. It's the greatest gift. So let's just listen to this for a second. The greatest gift is love. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I become like a sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and I might understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not love, it profits me nothing. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself around, is not puffed up. Love does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will fail. Where there are tongues, they will cease. Where there is knowledge, it will vanish away. For we only know in part, and we see in part. But when that which is perfect has come, that which is in part will be gone. When I was a child, I spoke as a child and I understood as a child. And I thought as a child. But when I became a grown-up, I put away childish things. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know even as I am known. And now these three remain: hope, faith, and love. But the greatest of these is love. And when that love is perfected in me, that which is in part shall be gone, shall fade away. In that moment, then, when I have realized who I am, that separate self, which deals with the world in parts, will be done away with. I will deal with the world as a whole. I will be holistic. I will be acting in wholeness and oneness. For that which is in part, seeing you separate from me, will be done away with, and I will see and experience you as one with me. So, when we're seeing through our own perceptions, born in separation, what's happening? We're seeing dimly. We're seeing in a mirror, darkly. I'm not seeing your true self or my true self. When I'm looking at you, I'm seeing my judgments. I'm seeing the past, perhaps a past experience, perhaps an anger or a hurt that hasn't been healed. I'm seeing all these things, but I'm not seeing you. But when that which is perfect has come, I will see you face to face, light to light, Christ to Christ, whole being to whole being, love to love. I will see you as you are, and then I will remember who I am as well. And that's the love I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of that love, the love of seeing you as you are, seeing the Christ in you, truly seeing it, experiencing it, not just as a concept, but having it be my visceral experience of our relationship with one another. And that's what I experience here at Unity. And so what I want to do today is appreciate a few people who have given me the greatest gift of their love, and have given us all the greatest gift of their service, because these are the great ones sitting out here. So I want to thank all the many helpers of Unity today. First, the Board of Trustees for 2020, Karen Lilly, President. Thank you, Karen Lilly. Vice President, Michael O'Connell. Our Treasurer, Leonard Klein back there. Brenda Ozimek has been our secretary all year. And Christine Young and Jan Albert. They've been keeping the light burning for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to mention all our ministry teams, but first and foremost, the guys that you see every week, they really hold this together through their music, Jack and Oriana. So the first people, when you come here, who's the first people you run into at the door? Carol and Bruce. Carol O'Hara and Bruce. Now, Carol has been the team leader for the greeters since before Unity was even made. Carol said, before Unity was, I am. She's been at that door greeting people with her smile, the first person you run into every Sunday for like 14 years. It's amazing. And Kathy Smith-Brown, another one who's been here for a long time, who's now the leader of our prayer partner team and our community care team. Thank you, Kathy. We want to thank also Kathy Sullivan and Beth Rosenberg and Jan Albert for running the bookstore for so many years. Kathy Sullivan told me it was her last year running the bookstore, so anyone else want to help out with the bookstore once we come back together and actually can read books, grab the books from downstairs. Jan Albert has also been here. Jan, if you're watching, thank you. She's been here at the door collecting money for tickets for every single Unity event that we've had here, the concerts, the workshops, everything, along with Liliana for the last 5 years. And our new head of the promotions and advertising team, if you're listening, Janet Dwinnells, thank you so much for your service. Martha Powers, or in New England they say Martha Powers. Martha Powers is the head of the Earth Care team, and she keeps us also connected to the Unity Earth Care Ministry, Unity Worldwide Earth Care Ministry, as well as running a great program here. So Martha Powers is the head of the Earth Care. And for the last 3, 4, 5 years now, Teresa Lawn has been downstairs. She won last year's 2019 Wind Beneath Our Wings Award, because she really did a lot of work with the children. So for Teresa Lawn and Jenny James, who's been running the Sparks, thank you. Len Klein, who's now the head of the team of the service assistants and the finance team. Thank you, Leonard. Liliana, isn't it incredible? All these people, it's incredible. It takes a village. It takes a unity village. Lily Bejarano Cryer, social media and website, and now our live stream operator. Charlie Warwick, our AV team leader, he's back there on the camera. When I got here, Charlie was doing like 10 different things. So all those people that you've heard, half of that stuff Charlie was doing by himself. So Charlie, I would like to offer you something for this year, because he's been behind the scenes. Every week, we get a video on YouTube that's filmed and edited and produced by Charlie and Lily puts it up on YouTube, and we post it to the internet. Charlie is back there filming every week. He's editing every week. He comes in every other week now also to record our podcasts. So he's really keeping, especially during this time of COVID, he's keeping us really active and alive online, along with Lily. So Charlie, this year you win the Unity Excellence Award. Thank you. All right. Another person who's an unsung hero around here is our office manager, administrator, Liz Hill. Now, Liz just quietly goes about doing all those things we need to do to keep this place running. And she's if you want to know all the things she does, it's going to take me another half an hour to explain it. But she's our bookkeeper. She's our office manager. She does so much in that office. And she's the most steady person I know. She just shows up each and every week, and she just puts in her lovingly, without complaining, her energy and love to Unity. So I want to give her a big thank you award presented to Liz Hill on Unity, from Unity on Cape Cod, for special dedication of the year 2020 for continuing. So this will go on our wall of gratitude, by the way. This will be hung up on our wall of gratitude. And I would like, accepting this award for Liz Hill is Kathy Smith-Brown. Okay, Leonard, I haven't forgotten you. Leonard, he does a lot of...
Leonard who?
Leonard, he's the guy with the truck. Leonard is the head of the finance team and also the service assistants, but he also does a lot of maintenance and building management around here. And he has a truck, so you can imagine how many times I call him during the week. He makes all the dump runs. So Leonard, I want to present to you this Unity on Cape Cod polo shirt. All right, and to the other person who works around here, like does the work of 5 different people, have another gift for John Rosario. Now stay here, don't go anywhere, stay right there. Stay right there. That's another shirt. That's so he can wear, don't wear it while we're painting though. He helped me paint the building inside and out. John always says yes to everything I ask him. He's always said yes. That's the only word he knows in his vocabulary. I don't even have to ask the question. He's already said yes. So John is leading the landscaping with light team. He's back there doing the AV. He's doing the sound. He's doing maintenance. He's doing property improvements. And he's always saying yes. He is over-the-top positive thinker and a master of magnificence. So I would like to present John Rosario with the Volunteer of the Year Award for 2020. You're done.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. The service assistants? Okay, all the service assistants are Charlie Warwick, Leonard Klein, Kathy Smith-Brown, Wes Ewell, Bruce O'Hara, and coming back soon, Kendra Kohler, and tell me her name? Sharon Christensen. We love you. We love all of you. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Yay! We're ready for a song.
Okay.
Awesome. I love doing that. Every year it gets bigger and bigger because we get more and more people.
Love you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I know it. I feel it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at unityoncapecod.org. This video was made possible in part through a grant from Unity Worldwide Ministries and the Templeton Foundation.